Alright everyone, Shikai Hogan here reporting for the guideline. So, today, it's April 1st, which is rather obvious by this point that this is not a really serious one, but I'll take this seriously because today I am going to read the entire manual of Honda Civic 2022 Sedan Owner's Manual. Yes, that's right, I am actually reading this. But first, I have a few things that I'm going to say that it's not definitely on the entire book of the manual, but I'm trying to read the thing that I actually can read instead of just a quick schematic here, like where is it? Like the first 39 page. That's as much as I want to read that. It's not much of reading, more like looking at the pictures with some stuff like the visual index here, brightness control and stuff. But yeah, other than that though, today we are going to actually fully read it from page 39 up to the end of information, because index is usually just kind of like the terms and stuff, which is you know, not really what you need most of the time. So yeah, let's start. Oh, by the way, I find it funny because because look, I'm going to show you where I get this. And hang on, I forgot something again. The chat is not showing here. Why? Yeah, I forgot to change this one. Of course, I have to forget something at some point, right? Anyway, so as you can see right here, this page is intentionally left blank. Not sure why they make it like this, because obviously I don't have the actual car and the actual book, I only have the side version. But I think this is for separating the page between the Q&A, which is not much really. As I mentioned, I'm not going to read that much on that one. We're starting from the actual part that you want to read most of the time. Well, actually Q&A is the one that you want to read most of the time, but whatever. I already set things up. So we're going to start from here. From the safe driving up to information. So let's get to it. Oh boy. I mean, to be fair, this book is actually pretty small. This is, I already zoomed it 175% on my screen. So I mean, it's a bit smaller, so in the actual size, it's gonna be around this size. You can see 2 pages at the same time, but I'm going to keep it focused on 1 page. Also on your screen, I think it's about this big. Yeah, it really depends. So anyway, let's start from safe driving. We have a bunch of stuff here. Of safe driving, seat belts, airbags, child safety, exhaust gas hazard, and safety labels. Ooh, interesting. I never know they talk about exhaust gas hazard on the car manual. But I think that's important because some people kinda store their car in a closed garage. So yeah, and some people do try to smell gas. I know, it's a thing. So anyway, let's start from safe driving. The following pages explain your vehicle's safety features and how to use them properly. The safety precautions below are ones that we consider to be among the most important. So this is what they think it's important, not what we think it's important. So, you know, we'll see what they have, but I think it's gonna be interesting. Important safety precautions. Oh, this is a quick note here. Some states, provinces, and territories prohibit the use of cell phones other than hands-free devices by the driver while driving. Ooh. So some place still allows you to use your phone on the hand. Why? I hate this guy. I mean, if you watch me on Assetto Corsa, you know the moment I took off my eyes from the road, I crash. Yeah, maybe because I'm not good, but the point is, don't text and drive, please. Or phone and driving, if possible. Anyway, let's start. Important safety precautions. Always wear your seatbelt. Well, this is pretty obvious. Let's see. A seatbelt is your best protection in all types of collisions. Airbags are designed to supplement seatbelts, not replace them. I mean, sure, I guess. So, even though your vehicle is equipped with airbags, make sure you and your passengers always wear your seatbelts and wear them properly. You know, there is an illegal accessories that my younger brother has, which basically fake that they have a seatbelt on their car. I don't know why he buy that, but I really want to smack him in the face, to be honest, because of that. Like, dude, wear your seatbelt properly. Fuck's sake. Please don't buy accessories like that. I know it exists out there, but don't do it. This is for your own safety if you drive a car. I mean, you won't use it because if you ride a bike, because there is no seatbelt on a bike, as far as I can tell at least. And please, safety first. Even in racing, they put that as an important thing. Alright, let's continue. Restrain all children. Why is it so evil sounding? But I guess there is no better terms for this. Let me repeat that. Restrain all children. Children ages 12 and under should ride properly restrained in the back seat, not the front seat. Infants and small children should be restrained in a child seat. Larger children should use a booster seat and a lap/shoulder seat belt until they can use the belt properly without a booster seat. So apparently you're not supposed to put infants on the front seat. I just realized something here. Most people that just get a car and have newborn, well, specifically the wife, usually put, at least in my place, if they don't use the booster seat, they actually just hold them while they're sitting on the front. Is that even allowed according to this safe driving? I have no idea. I never have a child. I mean, I was once a child, but I've never had a child. Anyway. Be aware of airbag hazards. While airbags can save lives, they can cause serious or fatal injuries to occupants who sit too close to them or are not properly restrained. Infants, young children, and short adults are at the greatest risk. Be sure to follow all instructions warning in this manual. Oh my god, I really want to send the short adults here to my friend. I think it's just funny if she saw it. Anyhow, hello Coco, welcome. Are we really reading a manual, fam? Yes! Yes, I am. Because why the fuck not? I want to read the entire manual. Well, most of the entire manual. Like the main point. So yeah, we are actually reading a car manual, specifically the 2022 Honda Civic Sedan's owner manual. Yes, it's very specific. Let's moving on. Don't drink and drive. Yes! Please don't do this if you are allowed to drink alcohol. Alcohol and driving don't mix. Even one drink can reduce your ability to respond to changing conditions, and your reactions time gets worse with every additional drink. So, don't drink and drive. And don't let your friends drink and drive either. They even remind you, if your friend is the one who driving, just stop him from driving and take over the wheel. At least they remind you to warn the others as well, which is really important because you don't want to die. This is a pretty general safe driving, to be honest, not specifically to the 2022 Civic. Alright, moving on. Pay appropriate attention to the task of driving safely. Engaging in cell phone conversation or other activities that keep you from paying close attention to the road, other vehicles, and pedestrians could lead to a crash, which I actually did in a few streams when I do simulator streams like Assetto Corsa and R Factor 2. It happens. Remember, situations can change quickly, and only you can decide when it is safe to divert some attention away from driving. But if possible, don't distract yourself with other things, especially your phone, please. Control your speed. Excessive speed is a major factor in crash injuries and death. Generally, the higher the speed, the greater the risk, but serious injuries can also occur at lower speeds. Never drive faster than is safe for current conditions, regardless of the maximum speed posted. I agree on that. Really well. I mean, speed limit doesn't really help much, to be honest, because some people are gonna focus too much on the numbers instead of the driving. So, yeah. Anyway, let's moving on. Keep your vehicle in a safe condition. Having a tire blowout or a mechanical failure can be extremely hazardous. To reduce the possibility of such problems, check your tire pressures and conditions frequently, and perform all regularly scheduled maintenance. Yes, do that, please. Okay. Do not leave children unattended in the vehicle. Oh my god, this happens so much. And you wonder why people should read the manual, right? There is this, come on! Oh, fuck's sake, people need to read the car manual more. Children, pets, and people needing assistance left unattended in the vehicles may be injured if they activate one or more of the vehicle controls. They may also cause the vehicle to move, resulting in a crash in which they or another persons can be injured or killed. Also, depending on the ambient temperature, the temperature of the interior may reach extreme levels, which can result in harm or death. Even if the climate control system is on, never leave them in the vehicle unattended, as the climate control system can shut off at any time. That's kinda grim, not gonna lie. So more stuff here. The following checklist will help you take an active role in protecting yourself and your passengers. Your vehicle safety features. Your vehicle is equipped with many features that work together to help protect you and your passengers during a crash. Some features do not require any action on your part. These include a strong steel framework that forms a safety cage around the passenger compartment, front and rear crash zone, a collapsible steering column, and tensioners that tighten the front and rear outer seatbelts in a sufficient crash. However, you and your passengers cannot take full advantage of these features unless you remain seated in the correct position and always wear your seatbelts. In fact, some safety features can contribute to injuries if they are not used properly. So be sure you sit tight, wear your seatbelt, and try not to move too much, unless you want to die. Okay, as you can see, there is a bunch of schematic here. I guess it's schematic. A diagram for where is the crash zone, where is the safety features and stuff. And this is pretty nice, but I'm not going to read that. And just look at the picture later. Okay, let's continue. Safety checklist. For the safety of you and your passengers, make a habit of checking these items each time before you drive. After everyone has entered the vehicle, be sure all doors are closed and locked. Locking the doors help prevent an occupant from being ejected and an outsider from unexpectedly opening a door. You can check this on locking and unlocking the doors from the inside on page 181, which is, we're still quite a bit far away from that. Adjust your seat to a position suitable for driving. Be sure the front seats are adjusted as far to the rear as possible while allowing the driver to control the vehicle. Sitting too close to a front airbag can result in serious or fatal injury in a crash. You can check it out on seats in page 214. Continuously variable transmission models, specific for that models by the way. Adjust head restraints to the proper position. Head restraints are most effective when the center of the head restraint aligns with the center of your head. Taller persons should adjust their head restraint to the highest position. You can see this on adjusting the front head restraints in page 220 for more details. Always wear your seatbelts and make sure you wear it properly. Confirm that any passengers are properly belted as well. You can check more details on fastening a seatbelt on page 49. Protect children by using seatbelts or child seats according to a child's age, height, and weight, which you can check the child safety section on page 73. I'm literally reading everything, fuck's sake. And I wasn't planning that, to be honest, but oh well. Safety checklist. If the door and or trunk open message appears on the driver information interface, a door and or the trunk is not completely closed. Close all doors and the trunk tightly until the message disappears. You can check the warning section for this in page 134 and page 164. Seatbelts. About your seatbelts. Seatbelts are the single most effective safety device because they keep you connected to the vehicle so that you can take advantage of many built-in safety features. They also help you keep you from being thrown against the inside of the vehicle, against any passengers, or out of the vehicle. When worn properly, seatbelts also keep your body properly positioned in a crash so that you can take full advantage of additional protection provided by the airbags. Sorry about that. In addition, seatbelts help protect you in almost every type of crash, including frontal impacts, side impacts, rear impacts, and rollovers. Lap shoulder seatbelts. All 5 sitting positions are equipped with lap shoulder seatbelts with emergency locking retractors. In normal driving, the retractor lets you move freely while keeping some tension on the belt. During a collision or sudden stop, the retractor locks to restrain your body. The front passengers and rear seatbelts also have a lockable retractor for use with child seats. Installing a child seat with a lap shoulder seatbelt is detailed in page 80. About your seatbelts. Warning! Not wearing a seatbelt properly increases the chance of serious injury or death in a crash, even though your vehicle has airbags. Be sure you and your passengers always wear seatbelts and wear them properly. If you extend the seatbelt too quickly, it will lock in place. If this happens, slightly retract the seatbelt, then extend it slowly. Seatbelts cannot completely protect you. Sorry about that. Let me repeat that. Seatbelts cannot completely protect you in every crash, but in most cases, seatbelts can reduce your risk of serious injury. Most states and all Canadian provinces and territories require you to wear seatbelts. What do you mean, most states? There is a state that allow you not to wear a seatbelt. Are you joking? That's... I never know. I never know about that. In 2022, some states still allows you to not wear a seatbelt. What the fuck is going on with that states? Okay, sorry about the rant a little bit there, but let's moving on. Proper use of seat belts. Follow these guidelines for proper use. All occupants should sit upright, well back in the seat, and remain in that position for the duration of the trip. Slouching and leaning reduce the effectiveness of the belt, and it can increase the chance of serious injury in the crash. Never place the shoulder part of a lap or shoulder seatbelt under your arm or behind your back. This could cause very serious injuries in a crash. Two people should never use the same seatbelt. If they do, they could be very seriously injured in a crash. I love this instruction manual, hang on. Do not put any accessories on the seatbelts. Devices intended to improve comfort or reposition the shoulder part of the seatbelt can reduce the protective capability and increase the chance of serious injury in a crash. If a front or rear seat passenger moves around and extends the seatbelt, the lockable retractor may activate. If this happens, release the retractor by unfastening the seatbelt and allow the belt to retract completely. Then, refasten the belt. Right. Seatbelt reminder. Front seats. The seatbelt system includes an indicator on the instrument panel to remind the driver or front passenger or both to fasten their seatbelts. If you set the power mode to on and a seatbelt is not fastened, a beeper will sound and the indicator will blink. After a few seconds, the beeper will stop and the indicator will come on and remain illuminated until the seatbelt is fastened. The beeper will periodically sound and the indicator will blink while the vehicle is moving until the seatbelt is fastened. The indicator will also come on if a front passenger does not fasten their seatbelt within 6 seconds, after the power mode is set to on. When no one is sitting in the front passenger seat, the indicator will not come on and the beeper will not sound. The indicator also may not come on and the beeper may not sound when the occupant is not heavy enough to trigger the wake sensor. Such occupants, e.g. infants and smaller children, should be moved to the rear seat as a deploying front airbag likely will injure or kill them. They finally say the word, kill. You can read more details about this on protecting child passengers in page 73. Rear seats. Your vehicle monitors rear seat belt use. A driver information interface notifies you if any of the rear seat belts are not used. The display appears when any of the rear passengers' seat belts are unfastened when the power mode is turned to on. A rear door is opened and then closed. Any of the rear passengers fastens or unfastens their seatbelt. The seatbelt reminder indicator blinks and beeper sounds if any rear passenger's seatbelt is unfastened while driving. Automatic seatbelt tensioners. The front seat The front seats and the outer rear seats are equipped with automatic seatbelt tensioners to enhance safety. The tensioners automatically tighten the front seat belts and the outer rear seat belts during a moderate to severe frontal collision. Sometimes even if the collision is not severe enough to inflate the front airbags or the front knee airbags, which you can see it on the pictures there, by the way. The seatbelt tensioners can only operate once if a tensioner is activated. The SRS indicator will come on. Have a dealer replace the tensioner and thoroughly inspect the seatbelt system as it may not often okay, sorry about that, let me repeat that. The seatbelt tensioners can only operate once. If a tensioner is activated, the SRS indicator will come on. Have a dealer replace the tensioner and thoroughly inspect the seatbelt system, as it may not offer protection in subsequent crash. During a moderate to severe side impact, the tensioner on both sides of the vehicle also activates. Fastening a seatbelt. After adjusting a front seat to the proper position and while sitting upright and well back in the seat, 1. Pull the seatbelt out slowly. 2. Insert the latch plate into the buckle, then tuck on the belt to make sure the buckle is secure. Note: make sure that the belt is not twisted or caught on anything. You can check the detail on seats in page 214. No one should sit in the seat with an inoperative seat belt or one that does not appear to be working correctly. Using a seat belt that is not working properly may not protect the occupant in a crash. Have a dealer check the belt as soon as possible. Never insert any foreign objects into the buckle or retractor mechanism. If the seat belt appears to be locked in a fully retracted position, firmly pull out on the shoulder belt once, then push it back in. Then, smoothly pull it out of the retractor and fasten. If you are unable to release the seat belt from a fully retracted position, do not allow anyone to sit in their seat and take your vehicle to a dealer for repair. You can see more details on about your seatbelts in page 44 and on seatbelt inspection in page 52. Yeah, about the foreign objects. Remember what I said about my brother buying a buckle hat to track the system? Yeah, I guess the car in general have this instruction not to do that. Just people not using it as always. It's so dumb. Oh, there is a continuation on the side here. 3. Position the lap of the belt as low as possible across your hips, then pull up on the shoulder part of the belt so the lap part fits snugly. This lets you strong pelvic bones take the force of a crash and reduce the chances of internal injuries. 4. If necessary, pull up on the belt again and remove any slack. Then check that the belt rests across the center of your chest and over your shoulder. This spreads the force of a crash over the strongest bones in your upper body. Okay, there is some more instruction warning here. Warning: improperly positioning the seatbelts can cause serious injury or death in a crash. Make sure all seatbelts are properly positioned before driving. To release the belt, push the red press button and then guide the belt by hand until it has retracted completely. When exiting the vehicle, be sure the belt is properly stowed so that it will not get caught in the closing door. Adjusting the shoulder anchor. The front seats have adjustable shoulder anchors to accommodate taller and shorter occupants. 1. Move the anchor up and down while holding the release button. 2. Position the anchor so that the belt rests across the center of your chest and over your shoulder. After an adjustment, make sure that the shoulder anchor position is secure. The shoulder anchor height can be adjusted to 4 levels. If the belt contacts your neck, lower the height 1 level at a time. Advice for pregnant women. If you are pregnant, the best way to protect yourself and your unborn child when driving or riding in a vehicle is to always wear a seatbelt and keep the lap part of the belt as low as possible across the hips. Wear the shoulder belt across the chest, avoiding the abdomen. Wear the lap part of the belt as low as possible across the hips. Each time you have a checkup, ask your doctor if it is okay for you to drive. To reduce the risk of injuries to both of you and your unborn child that can be caused by an inflating front airbag, when driving, sit upright and adjust the seat as far back as possible while allowing full control of the vehicle. When sitting in the front passenger seat, adjust the seat as far back as possible. Seatbelt inspection. Regularly check the condition of your seatbelts as follows. Pull each belt out fully and look for frays, cuts, burns, and wear. Check that the latch plates and buckle work smoothly and the belts retract easily. Note, if a belt does not retract easily, cleaning the belt may correct the problem. Only use a mild soap and warm water. Do not use bleach or cleaning solvents. Make sure that the belt is completely dry before allowing it to retract. Any belt that is not in good condition or working properly will not provide proper protection and should be replaced as soon as possible. A belt that has been worn during a crash may not provide the same level of protection in a subsequent crash. Have your seatbelts inspected by a dealer after any collision. Warning: not checking or maintaining seatbelts can result in a serious injury or death if the seatbelts do not work properly when needed. Check your seatbelts regularly and have any problems corrected as soon as possible. So yeah, any kind of collision, you should check your seatbelt. Apparently. Which is true and not necessary at the same time. Like, in a kinda crash that actually caused the seatbelt to engage, yes, you may check it, but if it's just a bump, which is technically it's a collision, just a small bump or just a tap, you shouldn't check your seatbelts. I mean, you should check it regardless, but yeah, I guess I can. You know what? I think I can agree on that one. Okay, let me take a drink real quick while we're looking at these beautiful airbag system components. Hello, Gerald Gamers YouTube. I'm the one watching. Why are you watching this? I mean, I know this is April's Fool, but sure, I guess. I mean, if you enjoy it, feel free. Okay, let's read the entire thing. Pay attention to the pictures. Okay, let's go. Airbag system components. The front knee, side, and side curtain airbags are deployed according to the direction and severity of impact. Both side curtain airbags are deployed in a rollover. The airbag system includes 1. 2 SRS supplemental. Hang on, let me repeat that. 1. 2 SRS supplemental restraint system front airbags. The driver's airbag is stored in the center of the steering wheel. The front passenger's airbag is stored in the dashboard. Both are marked SRS airbag. Why am I here? I have no idea, Jenny. Also, welcome to everyone who, for some reason, decided to watch me read the entire manual today. Welcome for you. Now just listen to me just reading this entire manual. 2. The knee. Okay. 2. 2 knee airbags. The driver's knee airbag is stored under the steering column. The front passenger's knee airbag is stored under the glove box. Both are marked SRS airbag. 3. 4 side airbags, 1 for the driver, 1 for the front passenger, and 1 each for the rear outboard occupants. The front airbags are stored in the outer edges of the seat backs, and the rear airbags are stored next to the outer rear seating positions. all are marked side airbag. 4. 2 side curtain airbags, one for each side of the vehicle. The airbags are stored in the ceiling above the side windows. The front and rear pillars are marked side curtain airbag. 5. An electronic control unit that, when the power mode is on, continually monitors information about the various impact sensors, seat and buckle sensors, rollover sensor, airbag activators, seatbelt tensioners, and other vehicle information. During a crash event, the unit can record such information. So basically it's a black box. 6. Automatic seatbelt tensioners for the front seats and outer rear seats. In addition, the driver's and front passengers' seat belt buckles incorporate sensors that detect whether or not the belts are fastened. This is really tiring, I'm not gonna lie. 7. Driver's seat position sensor. This sensor detects the driver's seat's slight position to help determine the optimal deployment of the driver's airbag. 8. Wake sensors in the front passenger seat. The sensors are used for occupant classification to activate or deactivate the front passenger's airbag. 9. Impact sensors that can detect a moderate to severe front or side impact. 10. An indicator on the center console that alerts you that the front passenger's front airbag has been turned off. 11. An indicator on the instrument panel that alerts you to a possible problem with your airbag system or seatbelt tensioners. 12. A rollover sensor that can detect if your vehicle is about to roll over and signal the control unit to deploy both side curtain airbags. Huh, that's nice. Lots of features here. There's 12 features in total, and some of them are installed multiple times. Let me check the stream real quick. Yes, they're still doing fine. Oh boy. More airbags stuff here. Okay, let's continue. Important facts about your airbags. Airbags can pose serious hazards. To do their job, airbags must inflate with tremendous force. So, while airbags help save lives, they can cause burns, bruises, and other minor injuries. Sometimes even fatal ones if occupants are not wearing their seatbelts properly and sitting correctly. What you should do: always wear your seatbelt properly and sit upright and as far back from the steering wheel as possible while allowing full control of the vehicle. A front passenger should move their seats as far back from the dashboard as possible. Remember, however, that no safety system can prevent all injuries or deaths that can occur in a severe crash, even when seatbelts are properly worn and the airbags deployed. Do not place hard or sharp objects between yourself and a front airbag. Carrying a hard or sharp objects on your lap or driving with a pipe or other sharp objects in your mouth can result in injuries if your front airbag inflates. Do not attach or place objects on the front and front knee airbags cover. Objects on the cover marked SRS airbag could interfere with the proper operation of the airbags or be propelled inside the vehicle and hurt someone if the airbags inflate. Come on, it's not even an hour. Do not attempt to deactivate your airbags. Together, airbags and seatbelts provide the best protection. When driving, keep hands and arms out of the deployment path of the front airbag by holding each side of the steering wheel. Do not cross an arm over the airbag cover. I mean, that's simpler than it sounds, but the thing is, whenever you turn your steering wheel, to be more specific here, eventually you will cross your arms. Well, unless you're following the UK driving lessons, which is unsafe at all because you just shuffle it underneath or on top of the steering wheel, which is what? They need to update their driving lesson, fuck's sake. Oh, come on. There we go. Type of airbags. Your vehicle is equipped with 4 types of airbags. Front airbags. Airbags in front of the driver's and front passenger seats. Knee airbags. Airbags under the steering column and under the glove box. Side airbags. Airbags in the driver's and front passenger's outer seat backs and next to the outer rear seating position. Side curtain airbags. Airbags above the side windows. Each is discussed in the following pages. Front airbags, SRS. The front SRS airbags inflate in a moderate to severe frontal collision to help protect the head and chest of the driver and or front passenger. SRS indicates that the airbags are designed to supplement seatbelts, not replace them. Seatbelts are the occupant's primary restraint system. Housing locations. The front airbags are housed in the center of the steering wheel for the driver and in the dashboard for the front passenger. Both airbags are marked SRS airbag. The airbags can inflate whenever the power mode is on. After an airbag inflates in a crash, you may see a small amount of smoke. This is from the combustion process of the inflator material and is not harmful. People with respiratory problems may experience some temporary discomfort. If this occurs, get out of the vehicle as soon as it is safe to do so. During a frontal crash severe enough to cause one or both front airbags to deploy, the airbags can inflate at different rates. Depending on the severity of the crash, whether or not the seatbelts are latched, and or other factors. Frontal airbags are designed to supplement the seatbelts to help reduce the likelihood of head and chest injuries in frontal crashes. Operation. Front airbags are designed to inflate during moderate to severe frontal collisions. When the vehicle decelerates suddenly, the sensors send information to the control unit which signals one or both front airbags to inflate. A frontal collision can be either head-on or angled between the two vehicles, or when a vehicle crashes into a stationary object, such as a concrete wall. How the front airbags work. While your seatbelt restrains your torso, the front airbags provide supplemental protection for your head and chest. The front airbags deflate immediately so that they won't interfere with the driver's visibility or the ability to steer or operate other controls. The total time for inflation and deflation is so fast that most occupants are not aware that the airbags deployed until they see them lying in front of them. Okay. I know it's fast, but holy shit, come on. Hang on, let me take another break here. Ooh, that's a lot of reading. Surprisingly speaking. I mean, it's not surprising, but it's really detailed. Way too detailed actually, but that's good. Anyway. Although the driver's and front passenger's airbags normally inflate within a split second of each other, it is possible for only one airbag to deploy. This can happen if the severity of a collision is at the margin or threshold that determines whether or not the airbags will deploy. In such cases, the seatbelt will provide sufficient protection, and the supplemental protection offered by the airbag would be minimal. When front airbags should not deploy. Minor frontal crashes. Front airbags were designed to supplement seatbelts and has helped save lives, not to prevent minor scrapes or even broken bones that might occur during a less than moderate to severe frontal crash. Side impacts. Front airbags can provide protection when a sudden deceleration causes a driver or front passengers to move toward the front of the vehicle. Side airbags and side curtain airbags have been specifically designed to help reduce the severity of injuries that can occur during a moderate to severe side impact, which can cause the driver or passenger to move toward the side of the vehicle. Rear impacts. Head restraints and seatbelts are your best protection during a rear impact. Front airbags cannot provide any significant protection and are not designed to deploy in such collisions. Rollover. In a rollover, your best form of protection is a seatbelt, or if your vehicle is equipped with a rollover sensor, both a seatbelt and a side curtain airbag. Front airbags, however, are not designed to deploy in a rollover as they would provide little if any protection. When front airbags deploy with little or no visible damage. Because the airbag system senses sudden deceleration, a strong impact to the vehicle framework of suspension might cause one or more of the airbags to deploy. Examples include running into a curb, the edge of a hole, or other low fixed object that causes a sudden deceleration in the vehicle chassis. Since the impact is underneath the vehicle, damage may not be readily apparent. So, bump can actually make the airbag deploy if you hit it hard enough. Well, no system is perfect after all. Moving on. When front airbags may not deploy, even though exterior damage appears severe. Since crushable body parts absorb crash energy during an impact, the amount of visible damage does not always indicate proper airbag operation. In fact, some collisions can result in severe damage but no airbag deployment because the airbags would not have been needed or would not have provided protection if they had deployed. Advanced airbags. The airbags have advanced features to help reduce the likelihood of airbag-related injuries to smaller occupants. The driver's advanced airbag system includes a seat position sensor. Based on information from this sensor and the severity of the impact, the advanced airbag system determines the optimal deployment of the driver's airbag. The front passenger's advanced airbag system has wake sensors. The sensors are used for occupant classification to activate or deactivate the front passenger's airbag. For adult-sized occupants, the system will automatically activate the front passenger's airbag. If a small adult sits in the front passenger seat and the system does not recognize him or her as an adult, see passenger airbag off indicator in page 70. Oh, that's a weird redirection timing. Oh well. If there is a problem with the driver's seat position sensor or the passenger seat wake sensors, the SRS indicator will come on, and in the event of a crash, the airbag will deploy, regardless of the driver's sitting position or passenger occupant classification. with a force corresponding to the severity of the impact. See Supplemental Restraint System indicator in page 69. For the advanced front airbags to work properly, confirm that the occupant is sitting in an upright position, wearing the seatbelt properly, and the seatback is not excessively reclined. The occupant is not leaning against the door or center console. The occupant's feet are placed on the front floor in front of them. There are no objects hanging from the front passenger seat. Only small, lightweight objects are in the seat back pocket. The steering wheel and passenger side dashboard are not obstructed by any object. No liquid has been spilled on or under the seat. Oh, that's gonna be really interesting because some people always did cause that problem, aren't they? We advise against allowing a child aged 12 or under to ride in the front passenger seat. However, if you do allow a small child or infant to ride in the front passenger seat, the system is designed to automatically deactivate the front passenger's airbag. Do not let a small child or infant ride in the front passenger seat if the airbag does not automatically deactivate. There is no child seat or other object pressing against the rear of the seat or seat back. This is the continuation from the side note here. Okay, maybe I should put on side note next time. There is no rear passenger pushing or pulling on the back of the front passenger seat. There are no objects placed under or beside the front passenger seat. Improperly positioned objects can interfere with the advanced airbag sensors. The head restraint is not contacting the roof. See passenger airbag off indicator in page 70. The floor mat behind the front passenger seat is set in the correct position evenly on the floor. An improperly placed mat can interfere with the advanced airbag sensors. See floor mats in page 694. Floor mat is included in the instruction manual? What? I didn't know that. Knee airbags. The knee SRS airbags inflate in a moderate to severe frontal collision to help keep the driver and or front passenger in the proper position and to help maximize the benefit provided by the vehicle's other safety features. SRS indicates that the airbag is designed to supplement seat belts, not replace them. Seat belts are the occupant's primary restraint system. Housing locations. The knee airbag for the driver and the one for the front passengers are housed under the steering column and the glove box respectively. Both are marked SRS airbag. Side note, do not touch accessories or on... Okay, let me repeat that. Side note, do not attach accessories on or near a knee airbag as they can interfere with the proper operation of the airbag, or even hurt someone if the airbag inflates. The driver and front passengers should not store any items under the seat or behind their feet. The items can interfere with proper airbag deployment in the event of a moderate to severe frontal collision and may result in inadequate protection. Operation. The driver's and front passenger's knee airbag deploy at the same time as the driver's and front passenger's airbag respectively. When knee airbags deploys with little or no visible damage. Because the airbag system senses sudden deceleration, a strong impact to the vehicle framework or suspension might cause one or more of the airbags to deploy. Examples include running into a curb, the edge of a hole, or other low fixed objects that cause a sudden deceleration in the vehicle chassis. Since the impact is underneath the vehicle, damage may not be readily apparent. When knee airbag may not deploy, even though exterior damage appears severe. Since crushable body parts absorb crash energy during an impact, the amount of visible damage does not always indicate the proper airbag operation. In fact, some collisions can result in severe damage but no airbag deployment because the airbags would not have been needed or would not have provided protection if they had deployed. Side airbags. The side airbags help protect the torso and pelvis of the driver, front passenger, or an outer rear seat occupant during a moderate to severe side impact. Side note: make sure your front seat passenger and rear outboard occupants always sit upright. Leaning into the path of a side airbag can prevent the airbag from deploying properly and increase your risk of serious injury. Do not attach accessories on or near the side airbags. They can interfere with the proper operation of the airbags or hurt someone if an airbag inflates. Do not cover or replace the seat back covers without consulting a dealer. Improperly replacing or covering seat back covers can prevent your side airbags from properly deploying during a side impact. Housing locations. The side airbags are housed in the outside edge of the driver's and passenger's seat backs and next to the outer rear seating positions. Each are marked side airbag. Operation. When the sensors detect a moderate to severe side impact, the control unit signals the side airbag on the impact side to Okay, repeat. When the sensors detect a moderate to severe side impact, the control unit signals the side airbag on the impact side to immediately inflate. Okay, let me have a drink. Wow, I feel sore. We're not even 50 page yet. Like we just go above 27 page, including the empty space. So 26. When a side airbags deploy with little or no visible damage. Because the airbag system senses sudden acceleration, a strong impact to the side of the vehicle's framework can cause a side airbag to deploy. In such cases, there may be little or no damage, but the side impact sensors detected a severe enough impact to deploy the airbag. When a side airbag may not deploy, even though invisible damage appears severe, it is possible for a side airbag not to deploy during an impact that results in apparently severe damage. This can occur when the point of impact was toward the far front or rear of the vehicle, or when the vehicle's crushable body parts absorb most of the crash energy. In either case, the side airbag would not have been needed nor provided protection even if it had deployed. Right, what are we doing right now? Not much. Oh well. Side curtain airbags. The side curtain airbags help protect the head of The side curtain airbags help protect the heads of the driver and passengers in the outer sitting position during a moderate to severe side impact. The side curtain airbags equipped in this vehicle are also designed to help reduce the likelihood of partial and complete ejection of vehicle occupants through the side windows in crashes, particularly rollover crashes. Housing locations. Hang on, there is a side note here. Side note, side curtain airbags. To get the best protection from the side curtain airbags, occupants should wear their seatbelts properly and sit upright and well back in their seats. Do not attach any objects to the side window or roof pillars as they can interfere with the proper operation of the side curtain airbags. If the impact is on the passenger side, the passenger's side curtain airbag deploys even if there are no occupants on that side of the vehicle. If the SRS control unit senses that your vehicle is about to roll over, it immediately deploys both side curtain airbags and activates the seatbelt tensioners for the front seats and outer rear seats. Housing location. The side curtain airbags are located in the ceiling above the side windows on both sides of the vehicle. The side curtain airbag operation. The side curtain airbag is designed to deploy in a rollover or moderate to severe side impact. Right. When side curtains airbags deploy in a frontal collision, one or both side curtain airbags may also inflate in a moderate to severe angled frontal collision. Right, so that's that. We still keep going. Let me just do something real quick, hang on. Honestly, I thought this is gonna be really funny, but apparently it's not. Oh well. Moving on. Airbag system indicators. If a problem occurs in the airbag system, the SRS indicator will come on and a message appears on the driver information interface. Side note, warning. Ignoring the SRS indicator can result in serious injury or death if the airbag systems or tensioners do not work properly. Have your vehicle checked by a dealer as soon as possible if the SRS indicator alerts you to a possible problem. Supplemental Restraint System SRS indicator. When the power mode is set to on, the indicator comes on for a few seconds, then goes off. This tells you the system is working properly. If the indicator comes on at any other time or does not come on at all, have the system checked by a dealer as soon as possible. If you don't, your airbags and seatbelt tensioners may not work properly when they are needed. Ooh, so US and Canada indicator is different. Okay. Passenger airbag off indicator. When the passenger airbag off indicator comes on, the indicator comes on to alert you that the passenger's airbag has been turned off. This occurs if the seat is empty or when the wake sensors determine that a small child or infant is on the passenger seat. Children age 12 or under should always ride properly restrained in the back seat. See Child Safety in page 73. If the indicator is on, in the event of a crash, the passenger's airbag will not deploy. The passenger's knee airbag will not deploy either. Side note. To ensure the passenger is detected properly, confirm that the occupant is sitting in the upright position wearing the seatbelt properly and the seat back is not excessively reclined. The occupant is not leaning against the door or center console. The occupant's feet are placed on the floor in front of them. There are no objects hanging from the front passenger seat. Only small lightweight objects are in the seat back pocket. No liquid has been spilled on or under the seat. There is no child seat or other objects pressing against the rear of the seat or seat back. There is no rear passenger pushing or pulling on the back of the front passenger seat. There are no objects placed under or beside the front passenger seat. Improperly positioned objects can interfere with the advanced airbag sensors. The floor mat behind the front passenger seat is set in the correct position, even on the floor. An improperly placed mat can interfere with the advanced airbag sensors. The head restraint is not contacting the roof. How do you make your head restraint contacting the roof? The passenger airbag off indicator may come on and go off periodically if the total weight on the seat is near the airbag cutoff threshold. For a small adult, depending on physique and posture, the system may not recognize him or her as an adult, thus deactivate the passenger's airbag. If this occurs, please confirm that the conditions set forth in the above bullet points on the previous page are met. If the above conditions are met and the indicator is still on, then with the transmission in park, continuously variable transmission, or neutral manual transmission, set the power mode to off and back to on. Have your vehicle checked by a dealer as soon as possible if all of the above conditions are met and the indicator comes on with an adult seated in the front passenger seat, the seat is empty and the indicator is off. Do not allow an adult passenger to ride in the front seat when the indicator is on. Airbag Care. You do not need to and should not perform any maintenance on or replace any airbag system's components yourself. However, you should have your vehicle inspected by a dealer in the following situations. When the airbags have deployed, if an airbag has inflated, the control unit and other related parts must be replaced. Similarly, once an automatic seatbelt tensioner has been activated, it must be replaced. When the vehicle has been in a moderate to severe collision, even if the airbags did not inflate, have your dealer inspect the following: the driver's seat position sensor, wake sensors in the passenger seat, the seatbelt tensioners for the front seats and outer rear seats, and each seatbelt that was worn during the crash. Do not remove or modify a front seat without consulting a dealer. This would likely disable or affect the proper operation of the driver's seat position sensor or the wake sensors in the passenger seat. If it is necessary to remove or modify a front seat to accommodate a person with disabilities, contact a Honda dealer, or for US vehicles, American Honda Automobile Customer Service at 1-800-999-1009, and for Canadian vehicles, Honda Canada Customer Relations at 1-888-9-HONDA-9. Side note, we recommend against the use of salvage airbag systems components, including the airbag, tensioners, sensors, and control unit. Child safety. Protecting child passengers. Each year, many children are injured or killed in vehicle crashes because they are either unrestrained or not properly restrained. In fact, vehicle crashes are the #1 cause of death of children aged 12 and under. To reduce the number of child deaths and injuries, every state, Canadian province, and territory requires that infants and children be properly restrained when they ride in a vehicle. Children should sit properly restrained in a rear seat. This is because an inflating front airbag can injure or kill a child sitting in the front seat. A child in the front seat is more likely to interfere with the driver's ability to safely control the vehicle. Statistics show that children of all sizes and ages are safer when they are properly restrained in the rear seat. Side note, warning. Children who are unrestrained or improperly restrained can be seriously injured or killed in a crash. Any child too small for a seatbelt should be properly restrained in a child's seat. A larger child should be properly restrained with a seatbelt using a booster seat if necessary. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and Transport Canada recommend that all children ages 12 and under to be properly restrained in the rear seat. Some states or provinces or territories have laws restricting where children may ride. Back to the main one. Never hold a child on your lap because it is impossible to protect them in the event of a collision. Okay, finally that's an answer to people that actually held their child on their lap. It's not a good idea. Okay, I know that it's not a good idea to begin with, but now we fully know. The more we learn. Anyway, continuing. Never put a seatbelt over yourself and a child. During a crash, the belt would likely press deep into the child and cause serious or fatal injuries. Never let two children use the same seatbelt. Both children could be very seriously injured in a crash. Any child who is too small to wear a seatbelt correctly must be restrained in an approved child seat that is properly secured to the vehicle using either the seat belt or the lower anchors to the latch system. Do not allow children to operate the doors, windows, or seat adjustments. Do not leave children in the vehicle unattended, especially in hot weather when the inside of the vehicle can get hot enough to kill them. They could also activate vehicle controls, causing it to move unexpectedly. Side note, warning, allowing a child to play with a seatbelt or wrap one around their neck can result in serious injury or death. Instruct children not to play with any seatbelt and make sure any unused seatbelt a child can reach is buckled, fully retracted, and locked. To deactivate a lockable retractor, release the buckle and allow the seatbelt to wind up all the way. To remind you of the passenger's front airbag hazards and child safety, your vehicle has warning labels on the dashboard, US models, and on the front visors. Please read and follow the instructions on these labels. You can see safety labels in page 87. I underestimate the owner's manual here. There is so much. I know no one's really watching here, but if there is, thank you. If not, that's fine. I thought this was a good idea. It's not. I'm just trolling myself at this point. Safety of infants and small children. Hang on, I just remember something. Did I? Actually. Do announcement on my server because it might be, I guess. I haven't done it. Okay, I actually haven't done it. This entire time I was wondering why I have no viewer whatsoever. I forgot to announce it on my own server. I'm an idiot. Whoops. Why am I stupid? Why am I stupid? Come on. Give me a moment. I completely forgot to do this on my own server. I did it on Twitter, I did it on Facebook, and then I forgot to do it on my own server anyway because I'm an idiot. Let's go with that. Alright. Let me repeat this part. Safety of infants and small children. Protecting infants. An infant must be properly restrained in a rear-facing child seat until the infant reaches the seat manufacturer's wake or wake limit to the seat for the seat. Position a rear-facing child seat. Child seat must be placed and secured in a rear-sitting position. Ah, I thought it's supposed to be the other way around, so I was wrong about this. In fact, most people are wrong about this. When properly installed, a rear-facing child seat may prevent the driver or a front passenger from moving their seat all the way back, or from locking their seat back in the desired position. Make sure that there is no contact between the child seat and the seat in front of it. It can also interfere with the proper operation of the passenger's advanced front airbag system. See airbags in page 53. If this occurs, we recommend that you install the child seat directly behind the front passenger's seat. Move the seat as far forward as needed and leave it unoccupied, or you may wish to get a smaller rear-facing child seat. Side notes. Warning. Placing a rear-facing child seat in the front seat can result in a serious injury or death during a crash. Always place rear-facing child seat in the rear seat, not the front. Experts recommend use of a rear-facing seat for a child so long as the child's height and weight are appropriate for a rear-facing seat. Infants should never be seated in a forward-facing position. Always refer to the child seat manufacturer's instruction before installation. Do not allow a front seat to rest against a child seat installed in the rear seating positions. The wake sensor in the front seat may not correctly detect the actual wake of the occupant. Protecting smaller children. If a child has exceeded the weight and height limitations of a rearward-facing child seat, the child should be properly restrained in a fairly secured forward-facing child seat until they exceed the weight and height limitations for the forward-facing child seat. Forward-facing child seat placement. We strongly recommend placing a forward-facing child seat in the rear-sitting position. Placing a forward-facing child seat in the front seat can be hazardous, even with advanced front airbags that automatically turn the passenger's front airbag off. A rear seat is the safest place for a child. Side note, warning. Placing a forward-facing child seat in the front seat can result in a serious injury or death if the front airbags inflates. If you must place a forward-facing child seat in front, move the vehicle seats as far back as possible and properly restrain the child. Did I get a notification? Nothing. It's nothing. Don't worry about it. Educate yourself about the laws and regulations regarding child seat use where you are driving, and follow child seat manufacturer's instructions. Selecting a child seat. Most child seats are latch compatible, lower anchors and tethers for children. Some have a rigid type connector while others have a flexible type connector. Both are equally easy to use. Some existing and previously owned child seat can only be installed using the seatbelt. Which type you choose, follow the child seat manufacturer's use and care instruction, including recommended expiration dates as well as the instructions in this manual. Proper installation is key to maximizing your child's safety. In seating positions and vehicles not equipped with latch, A latch-compatible child seat can be installed using the seat belt and a top tether for added security. This is because all child seats are required to be designed so that they can be secured with a lap belt or the lap part of a lap shoulder belt. In addition, the child seat manufacturer may advise that seat belt be used to attach a latch-compatible seat once a child reaches a specific weight. Please read the child seat owner's manual for proper installation instructions. Side note: installation of a latch-compatible child seat is simple. Latch-compatible child seats have been developed to simplify the installation process and reduce the likelihood of injuries caused by incorrect installation. Important consideration when selecting a child seat. Make sure the child seat meets the following 3 requirements. The child seat is the correct type and size for the child. The child seat is the correct type for the sitting position. The child seat is compliant with Federal Motor Vehicle Safety Standard 213 or Canadian Motor Vehicle Safety Standard 213. This is a Canadian model, isn't it? I just realized that. Let me have a drink real quick. Water is good. Installing a latch-compatible child seat. A latch-compatible child seat can be installed in either of the 2 outer rear seats. A child seat is attached to the lower anchors with either the rigid or flexible type of connectors. 1. Locate the anchor marks affixed to the base of the seat cushion. 2. Pull out the anchor covers under the marks to expose the lower anchors. 3. Place the child seat on the vehicle seat, then attach the child seat to the lower anchors according to the instruction that came with the child seat. Note: when installing the child seat, make sure that the lower anchors are not obstructed by the seat belt or any other object. Side note: warning. Never attach 2 child seats to the same anchor. In a collision, one anchor may not be strong enough to hold 2 child seat attachments and may break, causing serious injury or death. For your child's safety, when using a child seat installed using a latch system, make sure that the child seat is properly secured to the vehicle. A child seat that is not properly secured will not adequately protect a child in a crash and may cause injury to the child or other vehicle's occupants. Continuing from the last page. 4. Open the tether anchor cover behind the head restraint. 5. Route the tether strap over the top of the head restraint and secure the tether strap hook to the anchor. Make sure the strap is not twisted. 6. Tighten the tether strap as instructed by the child seat manufacturer. 7. Make sure the child seat is firmly secured by rocking it forward and back and side to side. Little movement should be felt. 8. Make sure any unused seat belt that a child can reach is buckled. The lockable retractor is activated, and the belt is fully retracted and locked. See Protecting Child Passengers in page 73. Warning. Side note. Warning. Using the outer rear seat's inner anchors to secure a latch-compatible child seat in the center sitting position may result in failure of the child seat, causing injury or death. Only use the outer rear seat's inner anchors to install a child seat in the center sitting position if the manufacturer's instruction expressly permit. Installing a latch-compatible child seat in the rear center seat. Each outer seat is equipped with a pair of lower anchors which are used to secure a latch-compatible child seat. The rear center seat, however, is not equipped with anchor of any kind. The inner and outer anchors are spaced apart at a standard distance of 11 inches. The distance between the inner anchors is 15.0 inches. Latch compatible restraint systems that are fitted with rigid type attachments cannot be installed in the rear center seat. However, a system fitted with flexible type attachments can be installed in the center seat, provided that the manufacturer's instruction for that system permit the use of the inner anchors with the stated spacing. Before seating a child, make sure that the system is properly attached to both the lower anchors and tether anchors. Installing a child seat with lap shoulder seat belt. A child seat can be installed with a lap shoulder belt in any rear seat or, if absolutely necessary, the front passenger seat. 1. Place the child seat on the vehicle seat. I don't know why that sounds really funny to me, but oh well. 2. Route the seat belt through the child seat according to the seat manufacturer's instructions and insert the latch plate into the buckle. Note: insert the latch plate fully until it clicks. 3. Slowly pull the shoulder part of the belt all the way out until it stops. This activates the lockable retractor. 4. Let the seatbelt retract a few inches and check the retractor has switched modes by pulling on the webbing. It should not pull out again until it is reset by removing the latch plate from the buckle. Note: if you are able to pull the shoulder belt out, the lockable retractor is not activated. Slowly pull the seatbelt all the way out and repeat steps 3 to 4. Let's see. I need to check something real quick. Hang on. What's going on here? Okay, we're good. Side note: a child seat that is not properly secured will not adequately protect a child in a crash and may cause injury to the child or other vehicle occupants. 5. Grab the shoulder part of the seat belt near the buckle and pull up to remove any slack from the lap part of the belt. Note: when doing this, place your weight on the child seat and push it into the vehicle seat. 6. Make sure the child seat is firmly secured by rocking it forward and back and side to side. Less than 1 inch of movement should occur near the seat belt. 7. Make sure any unused seat belt that a child can reach is buckled. The lockable retractor is activated and the belt is fully retracted and locked. Side note: to deactivate a lockable retractor, release the buckle and allow the seat belt to wind up all the way. Adding security with a tether. A tether anchor point is provided behind each rear seating position. If you have a child seat that comes with a tether but can be installed with a seat belt, the tether may be used for additional security. 1. Locate the appropriate tether anchor point and lift the cover. 2. Route the tether strap over the head restraint. Make sure the strap is not twisted. Side note: always use a tether for forward-facing child seats, whether using the seat belt or lower anchors. Okay, let me see the picture real quick here. So the anchor is really far down there and it has a cover. And then there is the hook strap, which is pretty similar to what you use on your buckle. Okay, that's nice. Oh, what? Why is the step 3 and 4 on the other side? I mean, I know the picture is there, but come on. 3. Secure the tether strap hook on... 3. Secure the tether strap hook to the anchor. 4. Tighten the tether strap as instructed by the child seat manufacturer. My mic is on, right? Yeah, it is. It would be a disaster if this whole time I never turned it on. Safety of larger children. Protecting larger children. I don't know why it sounds so funny for me. But oh well. The following pages give instructions on how to check proper seat belt fit, what kind of booster seat to use if one is needed, and important precautions for a child who must sit in front. Hang on. I'll do something real quick. I'm going to send this to someone real quick. Oh, I'm gonna get so killed after this. After I'm done with all of this, I'm gonna get killed. I just said that. Okay, let me just continue before I get killed after this. Checking seat belt fit. When a child is too big for a child seat, secure the child in the rear seat using the lap shoulder seat belt. Have the child sit upright and all the way back. Then answer the following questions. Checklist. Do the child's knees bend comfortably over the edge of the seat? Does the shoulder belt cross between the child's neck and arm? Is the lap Let me try that. Is the lap part of the seat belt as low as possible, touching the child's thighs? Will the child be able to stay seated like this for the whole trip? If you answer yes to all these questions, the child is ready to wear the lap shoulder seatbelt correctly. If you answer no to any question, the child needs to ride on a booster seat until the seatbelt fits properly without a booster seat. Side note, warning. Allowing a child aged 12 or under to sit in front can result in injury or death if the passenger's front airbag inflates. If a larger child must ride in front, move the vehicle seat as far to the rear as possible. Have the child sit up properly and wear the seatbelt properly, using a booster seat if needed. Booster seats. If a lap shoulder seatbelt cannot be used properly, position the child in a booster seat in the rear seat. For the child's safety, check that the child meets the booster seat manufacturer's recommendation, so it doesn't give you extra speed. Okay. Protecting larger children. Final checks. Your vehicle has a rear seat where children can be properly restrained. If you ever have to carry a group of children and a child must ride in front, make sure you read and fully understand the instructions and safety information in this manual. Move the front passenger seat as far back as possible. Have the child sit upright and well back in the seat. Check that seat belt is properly positioned so that the child is secure in the seat. Monitoring child passengers. We strongly recommend that you keep an eye on child passengers. Even older, more mature children sometimes need to be reminded to fasten their seat belts and sit up properly. Even the adult needs to be reminded of that, by the way. It happens a lot. It happens a lot. Side note, when installing a booster seat, make sure to read the instructions that came with it and install the seat accordingly. There are high and low type booster seats. Choose a booster seat that allows the child to wear the seat belt correctly. Some United States and Canadian provinces and territories require children to use a booster seat until they reach a given age of or weight, e.g. 6 years or 60 pounds. Be sure to check current laws in the state or province or territory where you intend to drive. Exhaust gas hazard. Carbon monoxide gas. The engine exhaust from this vehicle contains carbon monoxide, a colorless, odorless, and highly toxic gas. As long as you properly maintain your vehicle, carbon monoxide gas will not get into the interior. Have the exhaust system inspected for leaks whenever the exhaust system is making an unusual noise, the exhaust system may have been damaged, the vehicle is raised for an oil change. When you operate a vehicle with the trunk open, airflow can pull exhaust gas into the interior and create a hazardous condition. If you must drive with the trunk open all the windows and set the climate control system as shown below. 1. Select the fresh air mode. 2. Select the other mode. I don't know what that's called. 3. Set the fan speed to high. 4. Set the temperature control to a comfortable setting. By the way, that icon means that the air is blowing through your knee and through your face. So yeah, make sure you know that at least. Adjust the climate control system in the same manner if you sit in your parked vehicle with the engine running. Side note, warning, carbon monoxide gas is toxic. Breathing it can cause unconsciousness and even kill you. Avoid and enclosed areas or activities that expose you to carbon monoxide. An enclosed area such as garage can quickly fill up with carbon monoxide gas. Do not run the engine with the garage door closed. Even when the garage door is open, drive out of the garage immediately after starting the engine. That is a really important advice from this particular warning. Safety labels. These labels are in the locations shown. They warn you of potential hazards that can cause serious injury or death. Read these labels carefully. If a label comes off or becomes hard to read, except for the US dashboard label which may be removed by the owner, contact a dealer for a replacement. Wait, you can remove that? Wait, there is some countries that restrict you to remove that sometimes? Interesting. Oh yeah, as you can see, these are the warning. One in sun visor, well, one on each side sun visor. One for the US models, the other for the Canadian models. There is the dashboard for the US models only. There is one on radiator cap. There is a few on air conditioner system for 2-liter engine models for US and 1.5 engine models for US as well. The Canadian model is just pictures. Okay, interesting. This page intentionally left blank. Moving on, instrument panel. This chapter describes the buttons, indicators, and gauges that are used while driving. Indicators. Indicators come on or blink depending on the condition of the vehicle. Messages may display on the driver information interface at the same time. Please take care of the appropriate action outlined in the message, such as contacting a dealer. So these are all the pictures from parking brake, and I'm not going to read this because we're going to read this later on anyway. There is note number 1 here. When you set the power mode to on, these indicators come on to indicate that system checks are being performed. They go off a few seconds later or after the engine has started. If an indicator does not come on or off or turn off, there may be a malfunction in the corresponding system. To resolve the issue, follow the instructions in the owner's manual. Footnote: not available on all models. Of course, because trim. There is more here. I'm just going to check number 2 here. Note number 2. Models without drive mode switch. Note number 3. Models with drive mode switch. Yeah, there's a lot of this. We're going to read all of that on the later pages. Alright. Indicator. Name, parking brake, and brake system indicator in red color. As you can see, there is 2 different indicators for US model and Canada. I think some companies have both, but most of the time that I see here is this one right here. Same like the Canada. On or blinking. Oh, the middle one is the condition and the last one is the explanation. Comes on when the parking brake is applied and goes off when it is released. Explanation. The beeper sounds and the indicator comes on if you drive with the parking brake applied. Comes on for about 30 seconds when you apply the electric parking brake while the power mode is in accessory or vehicle off, then goes off. Stays on for about 30 seconds when you set the power mode to vehicle off while the electric parking brake is applied, then goes off. Comes on when the brake fluid level is low. Comes on while driving. Make sure the parking brake is released. Stop in a safe place and check the brake fluid level. See what to do when the indicator comes on while driving in page 735. We're continuing from the last bit here. Comes on if there is a problem with the brake system. 1.5 liter engine models with continuously variable transmission, the CVT. Comes on along with the parking brake and brake system indicator, amber. Immediately stop in a safe place, contact a dealer for repair. The brake pedal becomes harder to operate. You press the pedal further than you normally do. See if the brake system indicator red comes on or blinks at the same time when the brake system indicator amber comes on. Oh, so they have, so that has 2 different color. I didn't know that. Maybe on the older car it's gonna be just the same, but on newer one, yeah, I think this is supposed to be the standard. Anyway, for all models, comes on along with ABS indicator. Have your vehicle checked by a dealer. If the brake system indicator red comes on or blinks in page 735, again, same thing. Blinks and the parking brake and brake system indicator amber comes on at the same time. There is a problem with the electric parking brake system. The parking brake may not be set. Avoid using the parking brake and have your vehicle checked by a dealer immediately. See if the brake system indicator red comes on or blink at the same time when the brake system indicator amber comes on in page 736. Honestly, I prefer if we still have handbrake, but oh well. Still on the same parking brake and brake system indicator, by the way. On blinking, Comes on if there is a problem with a system related to braking other than the conventional brake system. Comes on while driving. Have your vehicle checked by a dealer. With this indicator on, your vehicle still has normal braking ability. Comes on if there is a problem with the electric parking brake system and or the automatic brake hold system. Stays on constantly. Avoid using the parking brake and have your vehicle checked by a dealer immediately. Alright, next logo. Automatic brake hold system indicator. Comes on when the automatic brake hold system is on. See automatic brake hold in page 620. Automatic brake hold indicator again. So there is another one. Comes on when the automatic brake hold is activated, same page as before. Malfunction indicator lamp are, as we lovely call it, the engine check light. They call it malfunction indicator lamp. I didn't know that. This whole time, we all know it's called check engine light, not malfunction indicator lamp. They need to change that. After you have set the power mode to on, the vehicle performs system checks. However, if the readiness codes have not been set by that time, this indicator will blink 5 times and then go off. Readiness codes are part of the onboard diagnostics for the emissions control system. See testing of readiness codes in page 757. Comes on if there is a problem with the emission control system or blinks when a misfire in the engine cylinders is detected. See if the malfunction indicator lamp comes on or blinks in page 734. Charging system indicator or the battery light. Why do they have such a different name on the instruction manual than how we call it as per usual? Anyway, comes on when there is a problem with the charging system. Stop in a safe place and contact a dealer immediately. See checking the battery in page 689 and see if the charging system indicator comes on in page 734. So this one is not available on all models. Shift position indicator indicates the current shift position. I cannot take that seriously, what the fuck? See shifting in page 465 and page 467. M 7-speed manual shift mode indicator shift indicator comes on when the 7-speed manual shift mode is applied. See 7-speed manual shift mode in page 469. Nice. Okay. Transmission system indicator. Blink if the transmission system has a problem. Blinks while driving. Avoid sudden starts and acceleration and have your vehicle checked by a dealer immediately. Blinks if the transmission system has a problem and the performance of the vehicle is reduced. Avoid sudden starts, sudden acceleration and high speed and have your vehicle checked by a dealer immediately. Models with pedal shifter. Blinks if the transmission system has a problem and the pedal shifters cannot be used. Have your vehicle checked by a dealer immediately. Sometimes you wish you can just repair it by yourself, huh? But then again, this is just how it is, I guess. Shift up indicator comes on when shifting up is recommended. See shift up and down indicators in page 473. Shift down indicator comes on when shifting down is recommended. I mean, it's a nice manual, but oh my god. Can't they just put it on the same side? Oh well, I guess some people is too lazy to read sometimes. But then again, this is the reason why people are too lazy to read. It's way too detailed. But then again, it's an instruction manual. Anyway, moving on. Seatbelt reminder indicator. Okay. Blinks and the beeper sounds for a few seconds if you are not wearing a seatbelt when you set the power mode to on. Then the indicator comes on. The beeper stops and the indicator goes off when you and the passengers fasten their seatbelts. If the front passenger is not wearing a seatbelt, the indicator comes on a few seconds later. Stays on after you and or the passengers have fastened the seatbelts. A detection error may have occurred in the sensor. Have your vehicle checked by a dealer. I shouldn't read this left right on this one actually. Comes on for a while when the seatbelt is unfastened while the power mode is on. See seatbelt reminder in page 46. Blinks while driving if you and or any passengers has not fastened a seatbelt. The beeper sounds and the indicator blinks at regular intervals. Okay. Low fuel indicator. Comes on when the fuel reserve is running low, approximately 1.8 US gallon or 7 liter left. Comes on, refuel your vehicle as soon as possible. Blinks if there is a problem with the fuel gauge. Blinks, have your vehicle checked by a dealer. Sure. Alright, the universal anti-lock brake system indicator here. Comes on if there is a problem with the ABS. Stays on constantly. Have your vehicle checked by a dealer. With this indicator on, your vehicle still has normal braking ability but no anti-lock function. See anti-lock brake system in page 623. Supplemental restraint system indicator. Comes on if a problem with any of the following is detected. Supplemental restraint system. Side airbag system. Side curtains airbag system. Seatbelt tensioner. Stays on constantly. Have your vehicle checked by a dealer. Electric power steering system indicator. Comes on if there is a problem with the EPS system. Stays on constantly. Have your vehicle checked by a dealer. Do not drive displays on the driver information interface. Immediately stop in a safe place and contact a dealer. See if the electric power steering system indicator comes on in page 733. Vehicle stability assist system indicator. Comes on, blinks when PSA is active, no need for explanation. Comes on if there is a problem with the VSA system, brake assist systems, agile handling assist, starting assist brake function, or hill start assist system. Stays on constantly. Have your vehicle checked by a dealer. Oh my god. How many things that's gonna say just have your vehicle checked by a dealer? How many times do we going to say that? I have no idea. Okay, let me get the trick. I don't think we will have enough time to complete this before I go. I get a message because that I need to go a bit quicker later. See vehicle stability assist, aka electronic stability control system in page 496. Comes on if the VSA system is deactivated temporarily after the battery has been disconnected, then reconnected. Drive a short distance at more than 12 miles per hour or 20 km per hour. The indicator should go off. If it does not, have your vehicle checked by a dealer. Vehicle stability assist off indicator. Comes on when you partially disable VSA. See VSA on and off in page 497. Comes on if the VSA system is deactivated temporarily after the battery has been disconnected, then reconnected. Drive a short distance at more than 12 miles per hour or 20 km per hour. The indicator should go off. If it does not, have your vehicle checked by a dealer. This is specifically for the US models. Low tire pressure or Dpms indicator may come on briefly if the power mode is set to on and the vehicle is not moved within 45 seconds to indicate the calibration process is not yet complete. Comes on and stays on when one or more tires pressure are determined to be significantly low. The system has not been calibrated. Explanations. Comes on while driving. Stop in a safe place, check tire pressures, and inflate the tires if necessary. Stays on after the tires are inflated the recommended pressures. The systems need to be calibrated. See Dpms calibration in page 500. Blinks for about 1 minute and then stays on if there is a problem with the Dpms or when a compact spare tire is temporarily installed. Blinks and remains on. Have your vehicle checked by a dealer. If the vehicle is fitted with a compact spare tire, get your regular tire repaired or replaced and put back on your vehicle as soon as you can. It's also not available on all models, by the way. The spare tire. Wow. Moving on. Comes on if the Dpms is deactivated temporarily after the battery has been disconnected, then reconnected. Drive a short distance at more than 12 mph or 20 km/h, the indicator should go off. If it does not, have your vehicle checked by a dealer. Turn signal and hazard warning indicators. Blinks when you operate the turn signal lever. Blink along with all turn signals when you press the hazard warning button. Does not blinks or blinks rapidly. See replacing light bulbs in page 672 and page 673. High beam indicator. Comes on when the high beam headlights are on. No explanation. Lights on indicator. Comes on when the parking tail and other external lights are on. See light switches, page 199. Fog light indicator. Comes on when the fog lights are on. Fog lights. See fog lights in page 202. Auto high beam indicator. Comes on when all the operating conditions of the auto high beam are met. See auto high beam in page 203. I got a message here. Okay. I got the message. I need to confirm it a little bit while waiting for some answer. Hopefully I got the answers really quick. Oh, okay. Looks like I got an emergency here. Let's finish one more page perhaps. How many more? Oh my god, we still have so much. Okay. This should be the last one for this. I need to cut short, unfortunately. Hang on. System message indicator comes on along with a beep when a problem is detected. A system message on the driver information interface appears at the same time. Refer to indicators information in this chapter when a system message appears on the driver information interface. Take the appropriate action for the message. Models with a type meter. While the indicator is on, press the home button and select warnings to see the message again. See accessing contents in the display in page 117. The driver's information interface will not return to the normal screen unless the warning is cancelled or the home button is pressed. Models with B-type meter. While the indicator is on, roll the right selector wheel to see the message again. See switching the display in page 150. The driver information interface will not return to the normal screen unless the warning is cancelled or the selector wheel is rolled. Okay, so that's that for the stream. Unfortunately, I have to cut it short before we reach even any other features on the car. I'll bookmark this, I guess. Last page is on 105 here, 103 on this one. So yeah, unfortunately I have to stop it right here because there is a bit of an emergency here. Not really a serious one, but emergency regardless. So I'm sorry I have to cut this short. I'm pretty sure no one's really watching to begin with, but well, I guess I'll call this the part 1. We will continue with part 2 sometimes in the future. So yeah, that is it for today. I hope you guys enjoy it. If you like it, feel free to press that like button. If you want to see more of my content, then hit that subscribe button. And don't forget to turn on that bell notification so you get notified for every single thing that I do on my channel. So, I underestimated the owner's manual. It has so much stuff to read. I need to reassess and reallocate the time to do this. Maybe next year's April Fools, perhaps. I have no idea. That will be a little too late because that means there will be 2023 model. So yeah, that is it for the stream. Thanks for watching, and remember, I'm keeping my eyes on you, so keep on living, buddy. Keep on living. I'll see you guys on the next one. Goodbye. I knew it wasn't a good idea to stream around this time today, really.